Hey there, Marelena from the implementation team here at Trainual, and today we're going to be talking about group types. Now, we know that groups are the best way for you to share content with your team at scale, but group types take it even a step further so that you can stay as organized and accurate as possible as you grow and scale your business in Trainual. So we're going to start here on the groups page, and we're going to go up here to create group. Now, when we do that, we're going to see the 5 group types that we have available. We have role, team, department, location, and of course, other. Now, you may use all of these. You may just use one or a few, whatever makes sense for your business and your organizational structure. Now, functionally, all of these work the same, at least as it pertains to sharing content with your team. But what it does is it allows you to more accurately categorize all the different groups that you're creating, and even gives you a little bit of a glimpse into how broadly your content is being shared. Now, before we start creating groups with these group types, I want to think a little bit about what I think I'm going to need. And to do that, I'm going to take a quick look at my org chart. So let's cancel out of here. We're going to go over to our people section and take a look at my org chart. Now, we are a bookstore with 2 locations, and I'm going to do a little bit of a glance here to see what roles that we have. Roles, if we remember, are that first group type. So I see we have an owner, and then at each location, which is kind of broken up half and half here, we have a bookstore manager, an assistant bookstore manager, and booksellers. So we can also see at the very top here, we have kind of a group of folks who have a leadership role in some capacity. So keeping that in mind, let's go back to our groups page and go back to create group because I think we're ready. I'm going to start with roles and I'm going to click next. Now you're going to see 2 options. We can always create our own groups at the top, or we can use the suggestions down here at the bottom, or a combination of both. If you see some suggestions that you think will work for your business, simply select it and it'll appear in the field above. We can always remove it if we change our mind or it no longer fits. So here, I'm going to create my 4 roles. I'm going to create owner. After typing, select your enter button and it'll appear in the bubble. That tells us that it is officially on the list. So we've got owner. I'm going to do bookstore manager. I'm going to do assistant bookstore manager, and then I'm going to do bookseller. Great. Now that I've got all 4 of my roles, I'm going to click create, and I'll see those now on my groups page with the appropriate type here in this column. Now I'm going to go back to create group, and we're going to explore another group type that is relevant for my business. I'm going to go right next to role and select team. Now, team can be used in a number of different ways, but for me, this is going to be anyone who I consider to be in a leadership position. This is going to be my owner, all of my assistant managers, and my managers, so that I can easily share content with all of those folks who are responsible for managing direct reports, for being a part of the hiring process, who need to know, a bit more behind the scenes than maybe my booksellers do. So regardless of their specific title, role, location, any of those things, I'll be able to easily push out content to all of my leadership folks with one click. So I'm going to click create. And then I'm going to click create group one more time. And I'm going to skip over department for now because just because of the size of my business, it's not necessary for me right now. If it's applicable for you, go ahead and lather, rinse, repeat the process that we just did twice. But I'm going to jump over to location because I've got 2. And so now that I have a location group type option, I can easily say, okay, I'm going to create a downtown location and a midtown location. Now, this is really great because regardless of someone's title or team or department, I know that there is going to be some content that everyone at a particular location needs to know, like parking information or emergency procedures, opening and closing, things that are going to be potentially very different from the other location. So I'm going to click create. Now we'll see our list getting longer, which is great. That means we are well on our way. But You may have noticed at the very, very top, and this lends itself to how we can stay better organized, though we will always have our list of all groups, we can also now view only all of our roles or only all of our teams, etc. Also, keep in mind, we know with groups, someone can be a part of multiple groups. So if I've got a assistant manager at the downtown location, they're going to be a part of the assistant bookstore manager role. They're going to be a part of the leadership team and a part of their location-specific group. And so they're going to get a mix of all of the information that is important for them that aligns with all of those different aspects of their employment. So we look ready to go. Now it is your turn. Thanks for coming to Trainual Tips and Tricks, and we'll see you next time.